It is often said that home is where the heart is. But what happens when you don't know where home is? I certainly don't. I don't think I even know what constitutes a home. Because in my house, I always feel alone. I don't know when I won't. Because my house is a constant battleground, a constant war between silence and sound. The silence of our hearts, so destitute of love, amongst a symphony of arguments that you can't hear above. It's strange how the realisation slowly dawned on me. Yet when I was a child, it was all that I'd see. I assumed all parents didn't ask how their child's day was, and no man would ever bother making a fuss over the woman he called his wife. And I assumed that all women enjoyed a glass of wine, whether it's morning or evening or just to pass the time. That it wasn't a rare occurrence for a wife to curse her husband and scratch abuse with her nails into the back of his hands. At the age of 7, I was invited round to friends. And the image that I saw made my hair stand on end. Because this family gave hugs. They talked to each other. They smiled. It's the first day I experienced being a child. I remember going home and trying to tell my dad that I loved him. And he thought I'd gone mad. He sat me on the floor, the spot where I belonged. He said, never, never show your feelings. It makes you less strong. I looked into his eyes and that's when I noticed the bruise. There. Right there on the bridge of his nose. What's happened? Oh, it's nothing. Where's Mum? And in his silence, I felt my heart sink. She showed up back home in a couple of days. Dad was angry, that's needless to say. I've never seen a face so red, from just one slap. And I stood there and cried as she fell down on the mat. When I was 9, the head teacher called in my mum and dad after a fight with some other kids was had. And they were asked if the home situation was a stable place. And I could almost see the masks as they placed them on their face. They were believed, of course, why wouldn't they be? There's nothing suspicious that others could see. A little bit of makeup can cover up a bruise. Then that's it. Gone is your proof. For years this became a continual cycle. Watching them repeatedly fight and fall. Sitting in my room with my hands over my ears. While they lived out every single one of my fears. After years of being a silent witness to this, I finally stepped in with a raised fist and stood in the middle, right there between them. My courage was ended with a slap from my mum. It was lucky that I know how to hide the marks. Long hair, big jumper. It usually covers up the scars. At least I stood firm on my own 2 feet. I saw injustice and tried to push through the unbearable heat. But that was 3 years ago, and things now seem even harder. Every time either one of them raises their voice, my heart beats even faster. How am I meant to focus on my GCSEs when I'm constantly having to hold back tears? And I keep questioning whether to phone the police before one kills the other in a passionate spree. So that's what I'm doing. I'm calling 999. Yet part of me doesn't want to see them go down for the crime. I know that sounds strange, psychotic even. But they're still my parents. And I hate it. But I love them. I don't want to be around when my parents are put away. I don't want to be an orphan because it's practically the same. I just want to end it, all this drama, all this pain. I'm driving far, far, far away. I'm getting out of this lane. Hey guys, the video you've just seen is a work of fiction. Just to assure you, I am okay. However, for many people this is not that far from the truth. 1 person dies from suicide every 40 seconds, and that's a statistic that just breaks my heart. It needs to change. We need to listen to those in need and stop the stigma facing mental illnesses every day. We need to show those close to breaking point that there is hope. We need to be their light. Talk. Use your words. Tell people how you're feeling. Ask how others are if you're worried about them. Don't bottle it up. Thank you for watching this video. Please check the description box below for links and numbers to different organisations who can support you, whether you're worried about yourself or someone else. In creating a culture of understanding, we can pursue a culture of prevention. Thank you for your time.